Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rick. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a good day. And as you guys can see, I want to watch this video from T-Dog Smitty called The Entire History of Hacking in Call of Duty. We have seen hacking in this game for a long time, but I want to see the true evolution of this. So make sure you guys hit that like button on his original video. Make sure you subscribe to him as well. It's all in the description below. Also hit that like button on this video if you guys enjoy this. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe. Other than that, let's get into the video.
Hacking is a major issue in Call of Duty, but if you didn't know, it's been around since the start of the franchise.
Oh yes.
And today I figured let's explore hacking in every Call of Duty. Let's dive in. Okay, so
this
we are
be a
starting
good-ass
this
video.
off in Call of Duty 4, and the first one that I remember in these old school type of lobbies is when I would go into search and destroy, and you're going to plant a bomb, and all of a sudden you die, and you have no idea what happened, and then you watch the kill cam, and the guy is in a spot that he's not supposed to be. This could be on top of a roof. This could be within the walls. This could be underground literally under the map. And this was
the crazy thing is we're now starting to see that a lot within Call of Duty Black Ops 6, especially Warzone. But I don't know if you would call this hacking, but I was very young when this game was out. I was like 7 years old or something like that. So I never got to see this. So it's crazy to see that people were able to do this back in the day.
It was an early glitch, hack, whatever you want to call it.
Call it a glitch.
These would
That's not a hack.
get patched over time, but I think that there's still some that you can get into today in Call of Duty 4. And there was nothing more frustrating than dying to somebody like that, especially in Search and Destroy. The one I'm thinking of is on top of Vacant. Maybe we have footage for that. Unbelievable. Now, next up, we have World at War, and I know this one all too well because this was a Call of Duty that I grinded to max prestige. Yes, me, max prestige. Now, the old school hacked lobbies were full of something called speed hacks and super jumps. And
this is insane. How did people do this?
Culprits of this. And it's exactly what you would think it would be. It was people running around with super speed and maxed out jump height, almost like you had like Halo jump speed, jump.
If anybody did this back in the day, please let me know how you were able to do this. I never understood it.
And on top of that, movement was slower back in these games, so it was going to give you an insane advantage.
But here's the thing, this type of stuff was actually fun to get into once in a while. It's not fun now when you're trying to go back and play the older CODs, but this was fun once in a while to get into one of these lobbies. And now the hacking is all selfish. It's trying to ruin everybody's experience. This was actually kind of fun.
Also, in certain points, I don't know if you guys ever got into these lobbies where the entire lobby would have it.
Yeah.
And if you got kills, you would get like negative 13,000 XP. You'd get deranked. It was a nightmare. And World at War was...
Never mind, that's not fun.
...was one of the worst culprits. Honestly, you could probably compare it to the low gravity mode that they did for April Fools on Warzone a while back. That's what it was. But it wasn't a dedicated mode. It was somebody hacking. Now up to Modern Warfare 2. This
MW2
one,
prestige lobbies, baby.
This is probably the most hacked Call of Duty back then and even today. I mean, you could hit all the ones that we've hit so far.
I don't even know how this works.
The World at War one, it had that good stuff. But honestly, I feel like the most classic hack of this game was the 10th prestige lobbies.
1,600 Microsoft points. I was scammed once. I am proud to admit it because I learned from that experience. Little ass kid messaging all his recent players saying he's hosting a 10th prestige lobby. My dumbass went out to GameStop, got me some Microsoft points, and dude, did he scam the fuck out of me. I remember it to this day. I will never get scammed.
Lobbies back in the day that the hacker would host and would instantly max out everyone's stats. Now, this included unlocking weapons, camos, calling cards, and it was even the only way, if you remember this, to get that iconic spinning 10th prestige emblem.
Is that real?
So if one of your friends has that emblem, just know they were in a hacked lobby. For the most part, today you can find these lobbies probably one every 2 lobbies. It's very, very likely you're going to run into a hacked lobbies. The sad part was back in the day, you really couldn't control it. You would just join into a lobby and all of a sudden you were in this random thing. So you know what? I'm not gonna, if your friend does have that card, maybe let him off the hook because maybe he joined it by accident. And again, this was a game that had leadership issues, so people left and Activision got sued. So a lot of this was obviously just never patched. Maybe I should go get 10th prestige. Now here we are on Black Ops 1, and now the hacks
See, Black Ops 1, I never experienced any hacking. I played this game a lot, so this is gonna be crazy.
To evolve a little bit in this golden era of gaming. And Black Ops 1 was really no exception to the hacks evolving. The biggest exploit was God mode. Yes.
What?
I think it's exactly
I never
what
experienced
you think it would be. You couldn't die. It made you invincible, and it made you impossible to kill. For me, I know if you guys have been watching my videos, maybe this is the first video you've watched, but I actually got hit with God mode the other day while live streaming, and I didn't even know it. You actually can notice this on the player's hand. There's like no texture on the gloves. So if you die in a kill cam and you shoot somebody and you didn't get hit, like you didn't get any hit markers, and you see their gloves have like no detail, that's because they're on God mode. Now, the only way you could get rid of it if you actually got like it activated on your account was changing your first perk. There was some wild stuff going on in Black Ops 1. There was
I never knew that.
Off the topic, this is not on.
This is crazy.
On the script in front of me here, but I think you could do something by watching theater mode and watching certain clips within theater mode, and you could get yourself all the way fully ranked up like to max prestige.
Bro, now, what?
I mean, I guess
as a little kid, I didn't know this.
I mean, it is, but it's kind of smart. All right, so Modern Warfare 3, honestly, again, had a few of the other things that we've talked about in the past.
This is a COD I didn't see any cheating in either.
In terms of hacking, but this is even more evolution happening. This was the craze of the modded controller. Yes.
Oh, no. I feel like, wasn't the modded controller really in MW2, though, with the FAL, or am I tweaking there? Really? The modded controller, I can't tell you guys how many times as a little kid I went on the internet and looked up modded controllers, and they're like hundreds of dollars. I was like, I don't even know how the fuck these work, but I want one. I never got one, but I was like, I would see people using it. I'm like, dude, I would love one of those.
MW2 had it a little bit.
It was mainly during MW2,
like a popular thing. There was one or two people. MW3 was when it really picked up.
I felt like it was MW2.
Pretty much exactly what it is, exactly what you would think it would be. It's a controller that allowed you to kind of spam the trigger on semi-auto weapons.
That's crazy.
Making them effectively full auto. And if you know anything about Modern Warfare 3's TTK, which was a little quicker, on top of guns that have a pretty high, like a higher damage profile because they're single shot, making them automatic.
Dude, MW3, good times, man.
That
was some good times.
You didn't know. So, yeah,
that was a fun game.
If you ran into somebody spamming a single shot gun, you always had to question, does that guy have a fast trigger finger, or is he using a modded controller? The answer was probably modded controller. Okay, Black Ops 2. Now, this one is fresh on my mind.
This one I know.
Like
I've seen these.
I feel bad saying this, but I was live streaming again the other day, and somebody hacked into my account. And this is what was happening back in the day as well.
This is the problem with like me getting told to go back and play some older CODs on stream. Guys, I am scared to do that. I don't want to do that.
Got access to a full mod menu that allowed me to do just about anything in the game. I mean, you can teleport, you could no clip, you could adjust your health.
Show you guys at the left. Look at that gun mode on, infinite ammo on.
You could even have stuff to pop in like it's Forge and Halo, and have random props pop in on the map, and it looks something like this. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's the wild, wild west out on Black Ops 2. Back then, it didn't happen as much, I'll say that.
Well, nowadays, they had wall hacks?
I mean, again, like MW2, it might be every other lobby. So if you're in a game and you saw a bunch of text above your screen saying blah, 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 in all like rainbow colors, you wanted to quit out of that game immediately. So now we're on to Call of Duty Ghosts, and we're kind of at the
Call of Duty Ghosts, man.
I think what really
very hot take here. One of my favorite Call of Duties of all time, man. Strike Zone, one of the best maps in my opinion of all time. I don't know why this game or map, I should say, was brought back in Infinite Warfare, I believe. It was so much fun. Why did they not bring this map back?
Really affected Call of Duty Ghosts was something called a lag switch. Black Ops 2 had a little bit of it, but
all right, now he might be reaching a little bit in this video. I feel like lag switch was here a long, long time, but okay.
Ghost was really that main Call of Duty that it really affected. And basically, a lag switch was a device that would temporarily disconnect the player from their internet, causing them to kind of lag spike, aka glitch in the game, while the person that did the
I never saw somebody actually doing it.
Was running around completely
That's so
normal.
broken.
So
that is so broken.
On all the players while they were running around normal speed, could take them all out. You die, you come back, you're like, how did I just die? And that dude's on a 12 kill streak and gets all his streaks. Now, luckily, Call of Duty Ghosts, the streaks were kind of terrible. So maybe they should have done this at a different Call of Duty where it actually mattered.
That is broken.
So next up, we have Advanced Warfare. And as many of you know, we have now entered into the jetpack era. And for a lot of people, the movement was something that they kind of disliked.
Dude, Advanced Warfare was so much fun, though.
A little bit crazy with the jetpacks. I mean, I didn't
Those
mind
are
it,
the cheats that we're used to seeing with these nice fine lines, man. Wall hacks. We're used to seeing this type of cheat here.
For some reason, they got a little bit more crazy, and that's because there was another mod menu that got implemented into this game by
I've never
hackers,
seen this.
and this allowed people to adjust the gravity. So
what?
Jetpacks got a little bit more powerful, and let's just say you were all over the map, literally. You could get to some heights that I don't think the devs intended. On top of that, let me read this word for word so you got it. There was even a laser mode inside this mod menu that just shot an insta laser out of a player's head when you press the button. So on top of jetpacks, you would see people with lasers coming out of their freaking head. That's an Austin Powers reference. Let's move on. Now we're on to another jetpack COD, which is Black Ops 3. And I don't know, man, Treyarch seems to have some issues here with hacking. I love Treyarch, but my goodness, this one is called RCE exploits. And now if I don't explain it perfectly, if somebody wants to explain it better in the comments, but let me try to do the best I can here. This is when hacking went from just straight annoying to legitimately dangerous. Now, there was a time on BO3 PC version that hackers that knew what they were doing could actually gain access to your IP address. And they could, not just yours, anyone in the lobby. And once they got that IP address, they could send malicious code to infect your PC.
That's unbelievable.
The devs have worked.
That is a lawsuit that is meant to be like put on Activision, because that's some bullshit.
Pretty frequently to get this exploit patched up. But all I know is, from what I've heard, from what my boy Chopper has heard, the Zombies Legend and the Going Dark co-host with me,
this game looks fun as hell with this gun,
though. Play
though.
BO3 on PC. So if you are playing it, you might want to sign off and go get yourself an Xbox. Now, I think this is actually kind of a funny one. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny. So
is this Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare kind of brought us into this new generation of a device that you would have for your console. And that's something called a Cronus Max. And I know there's a lot of you out there that
that's when it started, was during Infinite Warfare? Are you serious?
What this is? Probably because you use it and you need to stop right now, okay? Get some help. Stop using it now. What we saw with this is PC was kind of always the realm that, you know, the hackers kind of infested. Console had some stuff, obviously, that we've talked about. But this was where console started just becoming that, like, you don't know if the person's good or if the dude's hacking. This was the era. Now, the Cronus Max is kind of what you guys know.
I never heard of a Cronus till like the last few years.
From what I know, because I don't have one, there's scripts on it that allow you to aim better and kind of give you better, I guess, controls to allow you to do less with more. So this pretty much, especially in the jetpack era, it would allow you to automatically jump or crouch and pretty much make it easier for you to shoot while the other person is using a regular controller and has to take his finger off the analog and all that stuff. On top of this, you know, the aim assist is way stronger on a Cronus Max. There's a clip of Dashy watching competitive Call of Duty back in IW. We'll put it up on the screen real quick. This is what people's aim used to look like from far away in these older CODs until they really buffed the aim assist. But the funny thing is,
I just made a video talking about aim assist being absolutely broken, and as you guys can see, it shows a bigger skill gap in the older Call of Duties. That's what the newer Call of Duties need.
Back then, if you had crazy aim like people do have now, people automatically were like, yeah, that dude's doing something, because that's what a pro looks like back in IW. You ain't him. So now we're on to Call of Duty World War II. And if you guys didn't know this, this is the same engine as AW, same developer, Sledgehammer Games. And
I've never seen these games with cheats.
That game, alongside what we talked about,
I've never seen these.
Now, this one's actually called Advanced Aimbotting. And this was like this sweet spot of...
That's aimbot, walls,
just
everything.
Finding that realm of where you couldn't tell if it was legit or not. So it just gave you that proper amount of aim assist.
So this is where Call of Duty actually started going downhill, right here, where the silent cheaters or the closet cheaters started coming out. Okay.
I mean, I guess it's a wall hack or an aimbot, but I guess it was so clean. To the untrained eye, it might just look like you were using controller aim assist, but the player was actually using aimbot to take out their opponent. So aimbot was a big issue in World War II. Now in Black Ops 4, now this is something that a lot of you guys know that is very prevalent in today's Call of Duty. This is where we got unlock tools. Now what you do with unlock tools is pretty much you unlock all the mastery camos for absolutely no work. That
seems like required. Why would you want to do that? It seems boring to me.
Massive in Black Ops 4. If you played this game, they were probably some of the best camos ever in a COD. There was a bunch of variety and the ability to pretty much skip the entire
if only
and get dark
Black
matter
Ops 6 could have a camo like that.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna say it. I can see why people would do this. I mean, because they are pretty. But again, don't use unlock tools. Okay, please don't. Modern Warfare 19. Now I feel like because I go through all these Call of Duties frequently with my videos, I actually
here comes
ran
PC
into this
Call of Duty really taking off
ago
right
when
here.
I was playing Modern Warfare 19, and I don't even know what you want to call this. The infinite slide speed hack aimbot? Is that proper terminology? I maybe. So what you're seeing on your screen here is what happened to me when I booted into a lobby. As you can see, this guy is doing the MW19 slide canceling, but once he then slide cancels once, he then sliding on his butt forever.
So he's just rage hacking.
On top of that, he is aimbotting the entire map, just going from person to person to person. So he's faster than everybody, and his aim is literally inhuman. Yeah, that one's not very good. Also, by the way, side note, this was the first year that Call of Duty had crossplay. So your Xbox people, your PlayStation people are running into these people that typically would only have to be dealt with from PC guys, and they're probably used to it by now. This is insane. So this is where we started getting very, very skeptical of certain people because we were running into so many hackers, and we know Ricochet.
And that's just multiplayer.
We don't really even got to talk about that because we know that don't work. So again, going back to Ricochet, this is going to bring us up to speed with Cold War. And honestly, this is when beta hacking was out of control. The beta obviously releases before the game. It's like a demo version of the game. And there were so many hackers.
But don't we think that that is a problem right there? The fact that people can cheat in a beta of a unreleased Call of Duty, doesn't it like send a message to Call of Duty thinking, okay, maybe our anti-cheat is fucking dog shit because these cheaters, these people that are making the cheats, are always one step ahead of us. It was just like this in Black Ops 6. It's going to be like that in Black Ops 7. Jeez Louise, man.
In this beta. And they were doing the same thing. They were aimbotting, they were wall hacking, they were doing sort of movement stuff, all the good stuff they were doing. And they didn't even wait for the full game to come out. They were doing it in the straight up beta, which is kind of insane when you think about it. And again, this is when we were starting to lose trust in the anti-cheat because Warzone and MW19 were so infected, and they were talking about how they were going to bring in people on to fix it, and we're going to, you know, you're not welcome here. And then the beta had hackers, and we went, okay, we're screwed. Okay, so this one I thought was it was, I don't know, I don't want to say this, but I do kind of want to say it. It's kind of funny, actually. We're on to Call of Duty Vanguard, and Vanguard is dealing with the same exact issues as Cold War and MW19. There's wall hacking, and there's all the good stuff, you know, wall hacking, aimbotting, etc., etc. Well, this one actually has another one on top of it. And this was somebody that, I don't know if they used an unlock tool or some sort of mod, but you were able to unlock everything in the game, obviously. But on top of that, you could actually give yourselves a Sledgehammer game clan tag. Let me catch up to speed here. Vanguard was made by Sledgehammer Studios. And if you worked on the game, only developers would have that little clan tag. It was SHG. And I think a little like hammer next to it.
We saw that a lot in MW3, and every time I saw it, I believe I was playing a dev because I didn't see it much. And I don't think many people were cheating to try to get as a Sledgehammer game or Activision dev. But man, seeing those clan tags, Nothing is better than being in one of those lobbies in voice chat because these guys go crazy. Everybody's shit talking these devs on how bad the game is. Oh, it's fucking awesome. I didn't know they could do it back in the day though.
And so, if
why would you want to pretend to be a dev too?
That's just, wow, that's a guy that used to that worked on this game. Well, the hackers again got access to this clan tag, so the hackers would be running around wall botting or wall hacking and aim botting, and it would look like that they were a dev. You see where this could be a problem.
Okay, that's hilarious. It was
kind of funny. I'm not.
That's hilarious.
Now we're on to Modern Warfare 2 and
worst Call of Duty ever.
The old Modern Warfare 2,
maybe Black Ops 6.
Not much has changed. It's wall hacks again, guys. I mean, this is the era of the wall hack. You could be playing this game, you'd watch a kill cam, you'd come around the corner, the guy would completely switch his aim to the left side or the right side, whichever way you were coming from. And these people would not even try to hide it. They were just wall hacking till I still don't understand what the purpose of it is. I guess you go positive. And I think a lot of these times nobody was really getting banned. So people were just wall hacking all over the place. This game was infested with wall hacks. And on top of it, the game was just not very good. So it kind of gave you an excuse to get off and go play something else. Now, Modern Warfare 3 kind of brings us back to the IW era. And I'm just going to tell you, I think it's kind of the return of the Cronus.
This game was so good, though. This was
the era where everybody was questioning everybody. If you're a content creator, if you're a Warzone creator, a multiplayer creator, most of the time you were getting accused of hacking, and the accusation would have been using a Cronus.
This was the game where I started my Call of Duty content career, whatever you want to call it, and I have never been accused, or I guess I should say I've never been accused to be a cheater as much as I have when playing MW3. It's actually pathetic, and it shows how bad it really has gotten, and you have nobody else to blame other than Call of Duty and Activision for having a terrible anti-cheat. But again, you do have to kind of, you know, go at the people that claim you're a cheater because they're just that dog shit. They don't understand the difference. But hey, I understand it. I get it.
Because of how good your aim is. So we're kind of repeating.
And aim assist was broken in this game. That doesn't help. Like he was talking about earlier, aim assist was not as broken back in the day. Now aim assist, especially in MW3, was insane.
Cronuses in Modern Warfare 3, we're getting extra aim, pretty much aimbot, extra aim assist. On top of how good the aim assist is now, I mean, it'd almost be impossible to miss your shot. I mean, you'd have to be playing with your toes to miss shots with this Cronus and the aim assist nowadays. And lastly, we have Black Ops 6.
The worst game ever.
I was
worst cheated game ever.
There's nothing new here. It's the same old stuff. It's the wall hacks and the aimbot. But this time, I guess they've gotten a little bit smarter in terms of where they're doing it. Now, ranked play. Whether it's ranked multiplayer, whether it's ranked Warzone, it is infested with these aimbotters. Now, I guess
the worst ever.
Their idea is to get rewards for being top 250. If you looked at the top 250 leaderboard for multiplayer, I think at one point in Black Ops 6, I think the first 20 people were all hackers. and
they still weren't banned. Wow.
If you didn't know this, if you get into the top 250, you get a reward that literally is only available for the 250 people that make it onto this leaderboard. So I guess they thought to themselves, let's hack our way to get the top 250. Let's get the nice little reward. I think it's a skin and like a calling card. And Ricochet really has done nothing about it. So that's
why would
good.
they?
Well, folks, there you have it. That is hacking.
I can't believe that, man. Obviously, the last few Call of Duties, it's all the same stuff because Ricochet doesn't know how to make updates. They don't know how to stop it. But seeing what they did back in the day when I was a younger kid and I wasn't really, I guess, able to understand what was going on, that was insane to see. And it just shows you how it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. And we're all going to continue to think, not all of us, some of us are smart. A lot of people watching this video are smart. But there's a lot of people out there that think that maybe, just maybe out of nowhere, the Ricochet will be able to lock it in and make the game playable. I don't know, man. But I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. The history of cheating, or hacking, I should say, is just insane to see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to T-Dog. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Follow him on Twitter. You know, he loves his Twitter. Other than that, you guys have a great day. I'm out this bitch. Peace out.